This thing called pride. Pride. A feeling or deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements, the achievements of those with whom one is closely associated, or from qualities or possessions that are widely admired. That is one of the definitions you'd find if you went on Google and looked up pride. Another one is consciousness of one's own dignity. I included both because they are similar to what I'm about to talk about. There are two different definitions, but I think they can fit into one. For me, pride is that feeling I feel when someone asks me if they want to pay for something for me, or that feeling when someone says, "Let me help you with that." I personally have way too much pride, and not in the sense of thinking highly of myself, but more like I have to do everything on my own because if I don't, am I even human? Throughout the last several months, I have been struggling financially, and I have had several different people offer to help me or who have helped me. Some of them were friends, some closer than others, some were coworkers of mine, and the most important were my parents. I know that sometimes it's okay to accept help, especially if the person who is giving you that help wants to give you that help because they care about you, or because they want to, or for both reasons. But for me, it's not just help. It's my self-esteem. It's my self-reflection. It's what I see when I look in the mirror. The fact that I know that I let someone help me, it makes me feel weak, like I can't do it on my own. Maybe that is true, and I can't, but the worst part is when I acknowledge the moments where I know I need help and I know I want it, but I still turn it away because this thing called pride decides to show its face. It's not till after the fact that I think about it and I start to question myself like, why did I say no? Or why did I turn them away? To be honest with you, the feeling that I get after the fact is such a terrible feeling. I could have just accepted the help and I would have been better off. For example, a week or so ago, a friend offered to buy me socks because he found out I was running low and I lost several pairs. He was more than down to help me because he wanted to help me. He knew I needed them, and I know I needed them, but I still said, "No, thank you, I will be okay." The best example that I can give that hurts me the most, though, are the times I have to go to my parents because I can't afford rent. Each time I had to ask, I had this feeling in my stomach that wouldn't go away. It just kept sweltering up the longer I thought about it, and I know I had to do it, and I know if I asked, they would help me in a heartbeat. But the feeling of asking them is far worse than anything I have said previously. As I tell them that I need help because of the funds I don't have, and they say yes, they can help me, the weight on my shoulders begins to lift. I don't have to worry about not having enough to meet the amount required for rent, but then my shoulders are replaced with that sense of self-shame and the what-ifs and the thoughts of how much of a worthless son that I am. Like, their 25-year-old son is asking for help because he isn't good enough and isn't able to do it on his own right now. Like, their 25-year-old son is asking for help because he isn't a good son. Like, their 25-year-old son is asking for help because he's already made himself believe that you guys look at him differently. Like, their 25-year-old son is asking for help because he can't do it. At this point, I'm trying to accept the idea that having help is okay. If someone offers to help me, I should let them. It would be no different if I offered someone else help. Which is funny to think about because I myself would help anyone in a heartbeat. I don't even have to know you to give you kindness. Maybe I wouldn't give a bunch of money to someone like how I would give my best friend, but I would still go out of my way to help you move your truck that broke down in the middle of the road at a red light. Or how you come in and you don't have enough money to feed yourself, so I offer you a 6-inch for free, even though that sandwich I just made you was actually mine, but you didn't know that. Or even the time where you were trying to pay for your groceries, but your card kept declining, so I offered to pay for you. I don't know why I can be so kind and so helpful, and yet I don't want anyone to help me. I guess, going on what I know, it probably has to do with this thing called pride. Now, here comes the time where I need to think of something to write, because it's midnight 30 and I told myself and Snapchat that I would finish this. Well, let's see here. Digging in my vault of memories, at moments I keep locked away. Oh, I know, that Subway customer who came in. He told me he was looking forward to this because maybe this is something that could help him. That being said, here is something for you all to think about. Being help is okay. The voices that whisper in our ears that say that we have to do it alone, but we don't have to do it alone. We don't have to bite the bullet each time someone says they can do something for us. We don't have to keep up the bars that we have constructed around our pride. Sometimes it's okay to lower them for certain people. It's just up to us to distinguish which ones are being kind and helpful and which ones are doing it because they will expect something later. That P word, pride.